Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and happy Christmas Eve. It is the final full video of Countdown to Christmas 2023. If you have watched all of my videos, or if you're finding me now or watching this later, whichever, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support for 2023. I've really appreciated it, obviously, and I just feel like we've got a lot more fun adventures to go on yet. Now, this is, as I said in the title, my final haul for 2023. It's not the biggest haul I've ever done, but that does not matter. I have got 3 piles in front of me. One is books that I have bought myself, one is subscription box books, and one is a pile of books that I have been sent to review. So I'm going to show them to you now and possibly talk a bit about them if I know anything at all. And yeah, we're just gonna crack into it. So the very first one, we're gonna do books I bought for myself first. First one is the special edition of Foul Heart Huntsman by Chloe Gong. This is the second one in that series. The first one is Foul Lady Fortune, so you know I had to get the matching edition because it's stunning, and I am looking forward to getting to this. I actually haven't read the other one, but that doesn't surprise anyone at all, does it? But I think this is, I can't tell you a lot about it because I think it spoils some of the stuff from the These Violets Are Lights, but I feel like this is in that world and we're carrying on with some of the other characters, so I'm interested to see how I feel about those books. Next up, we have got none other than the newest release from Christina Henry, which is Good Girls Don't Die. This is a thriller mystery, as pretty much all of her books are. I saw that she was doing another release, and I have pretty much all of her books here. I think apart from a couple of her fairy tale retellings, I think I'm missing like The Little Mermaid and a couple of others, but I collect her books, and as soon as they come out I usually buy them. So that is what I did with this one. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a special edition for this, which are the ones that I try and collect, but yeah, it's fine. I'm looking forward to this. She is pretty much the only like thrillery, horror-y writer that I read from, and that's just because I really enjoy her writing. I really enjoy her writing style. And yeah, she's written some very cool books, so I'm looking forward to this. I believe this follows 3 different women. Yeah, it does. 3 women, 3 stories, only one way out. So looking forward to doing that. Then, of course, I had to buy this because this is the final book in the Skyward series. This is book 4. There is 4 books and then a book of 3 short stories, if I'm remembering correctly. Cannot tell you anything obviously about this one because I haven't read any more than the first one, but I have actually read the first one, but I just had to collect them all in hardback so they all match. This is his YA sci-fi series, and I don't really feel like you have to have read anything else because this is a completely separate world. You can read, obviously, there are some books that I feel like has an actual order to them, but these ones, completely separate world, completely different series. So I do need to crack on with this series now though, but I'm just waiting to get back into that, you know, sci-fi mood that I have just not been in really this year, if I'm honest. Next up is this, which is Red Sister, and this is actually a bit of an influenced by Covers with Cassidy, because she did a read-along for this series and she's starting a new one. I think it's in January that it's starting, for The Girl and the Stars by Mark Lawrence, sticking with the same author. But apparently what I didn't know is that series is actually set in the same world as this. You don't have to have read this series to read that, but I've had my eye on this book for so long, and not being funny, it's about a girl who goes to learn how to be a killer nun, I think. So I'm in. I'm interested. I want to know what happens. And I've heard that Nona Gray is a really cool female character, so I really am looking forward to giving this a go. I just wish that I could read everything else that I've got to read faster so I could pick it up faster. Then I've got this, which is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is the 5-year anniversary edition because I got the 5-year anniversary edition of Strange the Dreamer, which is here. So I wanted them to match. So obviously I had to buy it. This is the first one. It's only a duology. It is a series about a young boy who is very knowledgeable about a place called Weep, but for some reason no one else remembers this lost city, and when a group come through and are going on an expedition there, they take him along. His name is Laszlo, I think. Yeah, Laszlo Strange. They take him along and they go to find out what happened to Weep and why it got wiped off the face of the earth, essentially. It's still there, but as in from memory. So I'm looking forward to actually giving this a go and seeing how I feel about it. There was a point where it was all over Bookstagram. I'm pretty sure like when I joined back in like 2020, there were special editions of these books flying around everywhere. So it was really hyped back then, but I never read it then. So maybe I'll still enjoy it. And then the final book that I actually bought myself is this, which is the sequel to The Luminaries. This is The Hunting Moon by Susan Dennard, and I had to get this one because it's the matching edition as well, and it's very reflective. Very reflective. But I couldn't miss out on getting the matching sequel, really, could I? So, couldn't tell you anything about The Luminaries. Have not read that book, but I got that one. Because of course I did. Next up, we've got my pile of subscription box books. The first two that I want to show you, though, are from a subscription box that I requested a review copy box of, and they said yes. So this is called Your Paper Quest. I have the parcel just here. It's called Your Paper Quest. This is the logo. It features 2 indie books every single month, and they range in genres. They aim to have about 500 pages, I think, of books for you, and they include like little things like bookmarks, but no big items. They're UK only at the minute. I don't know if there's ever any plans to go further than the UK, but they are UK only, so if you want to check them out, I will leave a link down below for you to either the Twitter or the website, and then you can check them out for yourself. But I got sent these 2 in my box. My box was like a thriller mystery box. The first one is The Master of Demise, and this is basically, by the sounds of it, it's almost similar to You in the sense that you are in a person's head who is obviously just not quite right. It says, in this gripping psychological thriller, the author takes readers on a heart-pounding journey through the mind of a man consumed by his own ego and the dark secrets that he thought he had buried, with twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end. The Master of Demise is a chilling tale of obsession, revenge, and the terrifying consequences of our actions. And then the other one is this one, which is Safe and Sound. And this is a romantic suspense novella by Rachel Bowdler. So this is following Ruby Bright, who is a lead singer in a pop rock band, and she gets threatened by a stalker, so they put her into witness protection, and she is being looked after by Shea O'Connor, who is kind of like the grumpy retired witness officer, and they develop a close relationship, and throughout this book, obviously the 2 main characters grow closer and possibly fall in love. I'm guessing that's the romantic element of this romantic suspense thriller. Yeah, I think I said that right. And they all have this like really cute little golden sticker. I don't know if it'll focus because my lights are very bright, but that's pretty cool. And it just says endorsed by Your Paper Quest, chosen for you. So those are the 2 that I was sent, so thank you very much, Your Paper Quest. I really enjoyed receiving it. It's a very cool box, and it's something different, so if you're interested in getting indie boxes, definitely check them out, like I said, down below. Now we're going to talk about the subscription boxes that I pay for myself. The ones on the top are definitely December, but basically I'm going to hold them up. I'm going to show them to you. If I can remember who did them, I will tell you, but otherwise we're just going to muddle through. So this one is December's pick. This is The Principle of Moments by Esme Jacquemin Pearson. This is sci-fi romancy thing book. Obviously I don't know anything about a lot of these books because I have not read them yet, but this sounds really, really good. It sounds good because there are multiple timelines and we're gonna crash into them, and it just sounds really, really good. And it's been a long time since I've read a sci-fi it's been a long time since I've read a sci-fi, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. This was a Luma Crate for December, and then Fairy Loot for December was What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that. This apparently is a mixture of The Mummy and A Death on the Nile, and it's set in the 19th century, so the minute I saw that it was inspired, like, Mummy-esque, I'm here for. I'm looking forward to trying this out. I don't really, and it has got like an enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers romance in it, because of course it does, but I love The Mummy. I love The Mummy. So I'm looking forward to also trying that out. The one book in this pile that I have actually read is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I can't remember if this is a, I think this is a, is this a Fairy Loot or an Illumicrate? This is an Illumicrate. So I've actually read this. I read this for the It's All About Fantasy read along with the lovely Lisa. The Twitter for that is always linked down below, so make sure you go and check it out. But this was our November pick, and then we are currently on hiatus until January. But this is basically following our main character Effie, who sets out to design a house for her most favourite author ever, who has just passed away, and there she meets a boy called Preston, who is hellbent on trying to prove that the author she adores is actually a fraud and didn't write his own books at all. So they start off as a bit of a rival thing, and throughout they kind of develop feelings and a relationship and get closer. There is a bit of enemies to lovers in this, and I did really enjoy it actually. It was quite good. There are some hard-hitting topics in this, so make sure you check them out before you actually dive in if you have got any specific trigger warnings, just in case. Then I actually have the two locked library books like right on top of each other. This was the December pick. This is A River of Golden Bones by A.K. Mulford. I can't remember what this is about actually. Full of adventure, love, gender exploration and self-discovery, A River of Golden Bones follows Calla's journey through treacherous wolf kingdoms, monster-filmed realms and the depths of her own heart in this thrilling romantic fantasy. So again with the romantic fantasy, I think if anyone knows of any sub-boxes that just do maybe like high fantasy sci-fi books with no romance, maybe let me know, because I think I might need a bit of a change. But to be fair, so far I don't think I've been mad at any of the like romantic fantasy books that I've read. I'm just not a big romantasy person really. And then the November pick was this, which is The Gilded Crown by Marianne Gordon. Every life comes at a price. Again, I don't know what this one is about either. Oh, this is about a young girl who's been able to raise the dead, and she actually goes to meet death, I think. When Princess Sulavane, sole heir to the kingdom's throne, is assassinated, the queen summons Helivir to demand she bring her granddaughter back to life. But once is not enough, the killers might strike again. The princess's death would cause a civil war, so the queen commands that Helivir remain by her side. But Sullivan is no easy woman to be bound to. Even as Helivir begins to fall in love with her, with the threat of war looming, Helivir must trade more and more of herself to keep the princess alive, and death will always take what he is owed. So that does sound actually quite interesting. To be fair, all of the subscription box books that I've received recently do sound really interesting. I just haven't picked any of them up, and as I have already said in my subscription box video, if you haven't seen, I'll link that up here for you. Apparently, I've only read one book from every one of my sub boxes this year, which is terrible going. Fairy Loot November was this, which is The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker. This sounds pretty cool. What does this say? It's an East Asian high fantasy where our main character dreams of becoming a royal alchemist so she can provide for her family by making alchemical gold and gems for the wealthy to eat in order to stay young forever. A stunning young adult fantasy set in alternate Tang Dynasty China from the author of The Keeper of the Night. So this one sounds really interesting. I love the idea of alchemicalness. It's not really a phrase, is it? But, you know. And then the November Illumicrate, which is the final one of my sub-box books, is none other than Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. I really enjoyed The Once and Future Witches, which is the only book by Alex E. Harrow that I've actually read. I know she has written another one. I know they have written another one. The 10,000 Doors of January, that was it. But I haven't actually read anything else that she has written. This is pretty cool though. It's about obviously the house called Starling House, but no one remembers when it was built. So yeah, this just sounds like it's about a book about a haunted house. It says, I should be scared. There are stories about Starling House. The kind people only tell at night, half whispered under the hum of the porch light, but in the dream I don't hesitate. In the dream I'm home. So that sounds pretty cool too. So those are all my subscription boxes that I have received for the past couple of months. And now the final pile is books that I have been very kindly sent to review. The first one I've already read, which is The Crown of Omens. I wasn't actually sent this a copy to review, I do tell a bit of a lie. I was sent this as a thank you by the lovely EJ Doble. We did a read along for the first 2 books in this series, and this is a prequel novella, so you can read this before you go into the rest of the series, or you can read this after you've read the first 2. It's completely up to you. And this is a Blood and Steel saga story, which is the name of the whole series if you want to check it out. This is a really, really good novella. It's got 10 chapters, and we're following 10 different characters in each of the chapters, and the way they like flow between each of the characters, it's really good. I really enjoyed it, so I definitely recommend this, and I recommend the series anyways. EJ has such an amazing writing style, and anything I read from him I seem to really enjoy, so definitely something to check out. The next one I was sent by Black Crow PR, and that is none other than Griever's Blood, which is the sequel to Combat Codes. This is a trilogy. I believe this was originally actually self-published, but it has been picked up and it is being traditionally published now. This is a really cool, like, combat style fantasy where the world is based around having these people called Griever Knights, and basically the world has stopped going to war, and what they do is they bring their problems to a place, and what they do is they then pick fighters, and the fighters go against each other and obviously fight, and whoever wins gets to and whoever wins that argument, so they get their own way. So the point of this world is that every country is looking for the best fighters so that they can keep winning and keep getting their own way, be that to conquer different parts of the world or control different things. So in the first book we're following Seago, who is a young boy who used to live on an island, and then he finds himself in the basically underworld of this place, and he gets pulled up to fight on behalf of the Griever Knights by none other than Murray, who used to be a Griever Knight, and a really good one at that. And we're following their journey and their training. There's a lot of trials in this book, in the first book, which I really, really enjoy, and this is the sequel, so I can't wait to see where this goes. I was then sent finished copies of both The Lost War and The Bitter Crown by Black Crow and Orbit, so thank you again very much, guys, for sending these my way. I've already read The Lost War. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I got sent a review copy earlier this year. This is, again, an indie book that has been picked up and been traditionally published. So we're following our main character, Aronok, who is the first mage to actually be promoted to King's Envoy, and that's because he's actually good friends with the king. But mages are looked down on, people don't trust them, they don't trust magic in this world, but he's a very, very good fighter. And in the first book he is sent off on a mission to retrieve the queen from another part of the world and bring her to the safety of the castle in their city. And there are so many things in this book that I loved. I loved the characters, I loved the world. I cannot wait to carry on into The Bitter Crown, because I just feel like this world is just going to get better and better and better. I cannot wait. I'm taking this away with me so that I can read it sooner, because I just need to. Next up, I got a copy of Gog Magog by Jeff Noon and Steve Beard. This is from Angry Robot Books, so thank you very much, Caroline, for sending me a copy of this. I read Vert, which is a Jeff Noon book, earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm just going to read you the description of this book, and it's: Gog Magog tells the story of an epic journey through the 60-mile-long ghost of a dragon. Travel is by boat, a rickety steam launch captained by veteran taxi pilot Katie Mead on the River Nisus. In her heyday, Katie carried people and goods from the thriving seaports of the estuary into Ludwig, the capital city. Now she's drunk, holed up in a rundown seaside resort, telling her bawdy tales for shots of rum. All that's about to change when 2 strangers seek her out, asking for transport, one of whom, a young girl, is very ill and in great danger. The other, an artificial being of singular character, has secrets hidden inside his crystal skull. So begins the voyage of the Juniper. The Nisus is unlike any other river. Mysteries unfold with each port of call. Not many can navigate these channels, not many know of its whirlpools and sandbanks and of the ravenous creatures that lurk beneath the surface. Katie used to have the necessary knowledge and the powers of spectral navigation, but her glory days are well behind her now. This might well be her final journey. So this comes out in February 2024, so I haven't actually got this planned to be in my December TBR, but I do plan to pick this up in January. I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds like a really good time and something a little bit different, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the very final book that I have been sent is none other than Traitor's Tome by Emma L. Adams, which is a Death's Disciple book. So Death's Disciple was actually my second favourite book that I read out of my batch. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a good story. It's a very good tale. So when I saw that Emma was asking for review readers for Traitor's Tomb, I obviously had to put my name into the ring. I am very excited to give this a go. The world building in this book and the characters are amazing in the first one. You definitely need to check it out. I just really enjoyed it, and I hope more people actually pick up her books. I know she also does a Kickstarter. I think it's already finished by the time this video goes up, but she did do a Kickstarter for the second book, so this one and the first one, and she was doing like special editions of them. So I'm not sure if they're still available or if she's going to do more of them as more of these books come out, but it's definitely worth checking out. But there you go, that is my haul, my final haul of 2023. There's 21 books in this haul, which is, again, like I said, not my biggest haul, but definitely not a small one either. So if you sent me a book, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I have fallen behind a lot on reviews and that this year. I feel like life has kind of come at me a little bit harder than it has done for the past few years. There's been a lot going on, but I have got notes and stock of all of the books that I owe reviews to, and they will be coming, I promise. But that is everything for today's video. So if you did enjoy it, please give it a like. It really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of the last book you hauled. I'd be really interested to know. If you want to leave me any emojis, leave me any Christmas emojis, because this is the final video going live in the countdown to Christmas. I hope you have enjoyed watching my videos as they go live. I hope you enjoy the festive break as well if you do celebrate, and even if you don't celebrate, I hope you enjoy hopefully some time off and you get to spend time with family and eat some good food and all the fun things like that. If you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I will now not be uploading until I think the very end of the year, where I will have a final vlog of the year. But there will be one more short/reel going live tomorrow, both on my Instagram and on this channel. So if you want more content of me, if you're missing me, then you can come back tomorrow and there will be a short for the very last day of my Vlogmas content. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you soon in the next one.